Hello everyone, and welcome back. So today we're gonna do, as it's now gonna be usual, the top 10 banknotes sales on eBay from last month. And of course, we're gonna start off exactly with the number 10. That's something that you don't see very often, especially you will not see this one so much in on eBay. It's I would say a fine banknote from Hong Kong. These are extremely rare. So they're from the Mercantile Bank of India, of course, a bank that doesn't exist anymore. These are very rare in any condition, very beautiful banknotes. Unfortunately, I don't have the back, but these are some very nice banknotes. This one came at 4,380 in a month that was as as expected, with a couple of more sales and more interesting stuff than August, which was mostly a vacation day. And then we come to our usual friend here, this seller from China that usually has a lot of these Chinese slab banknotes, the big 800, give or take. Yeah, not much to say about this. As I said before, this market is really boiling, especially the Chinese 1940s after the war, beginning of the 50s are have a lot of market. There's a lot of fakes of these also around, but the ones that are slabbed really get some good valuation. So $4,415 on this big 819. Eighth most expensive, it's a specimen from pick 23 of Iran. Here, of course, you're gonna see that the name doesn't say Iran anywhere because it's forbidden on eBay to buy stuff from or to sell stuff from Iran. It is a beautiful banknote. It's, I mean, unfortunately slabbed at with this world banknotes grading thing that is, well, that it's not so good here. It even says that this PMG 65 is probably going to be uh, a PCGS, extremely fine 40 or something. I mean, it's still an amazing banknote, very hard to get by, 23 specimen. Also, they don't come so often in they do come in auctions from auction houses, but not so much on eBay. So quite an interesting banknote. Then, as expected, a lot of banknotes from Queen Elizabeth II, given that she died just recently. They had a bump. I say that the price paid for this one is like way too high. I mean, it was best offer accepted, but I think it was around 4,500, give or take, for this banknote. I'm not really sure. That's why it could be 4,990. But anyway, this is extremely expensive for this banknote. I know it's a PMG 66 and it's $100 from East Caribbean. Antigua, I'm not so sure if Antigua is the most expensive one. But anyway, I seen this in raw recently in the last year going out for around $2,000. So yeah, this is very, very expensive. Then here, as last time, again, this Pakistan batch of banknotes that came out, this 100 rupees with no date. I think this is a rare version, and I looked a bit into it. It's a rarer version of this banknote, but in the catalog, it's nowhere close to the values that are being paid here. So I also didn't know that there was such an interest on Pakistani banknotes, which are normally not so sought after. But this batch of this particular banknote of Pakistan, the 100 rupee, with this no date and this signature, well, they have been a success in the last 2 months or so. Fifth most expensive one, and I love Indian banknotes, the old ones, not the ones that scammers try to offer. Um, this one, I mean, this 1,000 rupee, I would gladly trade for 1,000 euro or 1,000 franc banknote or something. Um, it's, I think it's a bit overgraded. I think very fine is a bit too much for this banknote. I would say like, if very fine, then on the 20, not 30. But anyway, not a professional grader. $5,000, amazing banknote, 1,000 rupees would was a lot of money at the time. And yeah, big 21B. These are also very, I mean, who collect the people that collect Indian banknotes from the British occupation know that this letter, the 21B, it's probably has a completely different value than 21A, etc. But I'm not really on that so much. Then another one from this batch that you've seen recently, also the price decreased a bit again, close to $5,000 here. Um, and this was more expensive because the shipping is more expensive than the other one. Um, Big 4A, I talked about this recently. This banknotes, I think a batch of around 100 or something came out of Vietnam recently. Um, they were extremely rare, but then these flooded the market, let's say. And yeah, it's a beautiful banknote. I talked about it recently, so I don't really think there's much point going through it again. Next is three pieces of uncirculated 1,000 Canadian dollars, the version from 1954. Um, Not sure how much this was accepted for, but I would guess somewhere around the 7,000 Canadian dollars, so close to $5,200, give or take. Um, Not much to say. Everyone knows this. I think these are really like someone that said, "Yeah, the queen died, so I'm gonna get these as soon as possible because they will get much more expensive in the future." I'm not really sure if that's gonna be true. I think a lot of the price was already were already quite expensive. Not this particular banknote, but the ones from the with Queen Elizabeth from 80s and 70s and 60s, and the price was already reflecting that she would die eventually soon. But anyway, this just to let you know. And then, extraordinarily, actually, the second most expensive one has nothing to do with Queen Elizabeth, but it's also from Canada. Um, an offer below $6,000 was received. This is and again another slabbed one from a company that this one I don't even know. It doesn't really matter in this case, as raw. Um, and it is a nice banknote. It's commemorative of the marriage at the time. I think this is the English version. There should be a French one, or I'm not sure if this is the one with French. I need to make sure. Anyway, these also don't come so often in auctions, and yeah, that's why they fetch quite a significant amount. Before I get into the number one, maybe we're going to some wild cards. This one was an offer was accepted above 50 or below 15,000 Canadian dollars. Um, it's a banknote that had like double uh, solid radar double serial. It's not uncirculated as you can see here, but it's quite a weird error. I'm also not sure if this was made on purpose or not. People that buy this stuff would probably know better, but this is quite an oddity. And another wild card here is a full brick of not even the most expensive one, the $10 trillion banknote. These are not even uncirculated. Someone bought this for, yeah, I don't know, like less than $13,000, I guess. Not really sure how much. I mean, this is not worth close to that anyway, but it's quite an oddity. Also, we are never really sure if these are genuine purchases or not, but yeah. Number one most expensive one sold on eBay this past month of September is, of course, another best offer. So someone accepted an offer below the 22,000 Canadian for this one. It's Queen Elizabeth, the first banknote that she appears on, $20 from 1935. She as a kid. Again, I think this is like someone said, yeah, the queen died. Let's just buy this one. It's an amazing banknote. It's very rare that you actually find it in uncirculated. Is it worth more than $15,000. I have my doubts, but anyway, these were the banknotes for this month. I will do the one for the most expensive banknotes sold by auction houses in September by next week or in 2 weeks. Till then, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.